Long before men walked the earth, long before kings rose and fell, long before empires were etched into history, there was a voice echoing through eternity, a voice woven into song, sung through generations, whispered from temple to temple, and hidden in plain sight among the sacred words of the Psalms. To the untrained ear, they were prayers, hymns of devotion, songs of praise and lamentation. But beneath their surface, hidden in rhythm and metaphor, lay a prophecy darker than night, a warning that few had eyes to see. The Psalms spoke of joy and despair, of triumph and sorrow, of human frailty and divine mercy. But like a shadow lurking in the corners of light, they also contained whispers of apocalypse. Some lines shimmered with hope, yet others trembled with dread, carrying the weight of a future that had not yet come. And those who could see beyond the surface, who listened closely, heard a cadence of calamity, storms heaving, empires trembling, the heavens themselves preparing to tremble at the sins of man. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork, the Psalms proclaimed. But listen closely, and you will hear more than praise. You will hear warning. The glory of the heavens was mirrored by judgments. The handiwork of the divine was intertwined with destiny. Every verse, every stanza was a cipher, each word a signpost, pointing not only to the presence of God, but to the consequences of humanity's choices. Centuries passed, and kings and prophets alike sensed the shadows hidden in the Psalms. They spoke of plagues that would sweep the lands, of nations torn apart by ambition and sin, of tempests that would wash over the innocent and guilty alike. The words of David, once thought to be simple songs of devotion, became mirrors of fate. When read with perception, they revealed cycles of rise and fall, the intertwining of mercy and wrath, and the unseen threads that wove the tapestry of apocalypse. Psalm 46 whispers, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. At first glance, a comforting phrase, but hidden beneath its surface is preparation. Strength for the time when the earth will shake, when nations will falter, when the righteous and wicked alike will tremble. It is a call to vigilance, a code for those who understand the rhythm of divine warning. Throughout history, hints of this hidden prophecy emerged in visions and dreams. Prophets saw shadows on the horizon, signs etched in the skies, the murmurs of disasters yet to unfold. Wars, famine, plague, and betrayal day were not merely human misfortune. They were echoes of what was encoded in sacred song, reminders that the divine plan carries both mercy and judgment. The apocalyptic prophecy within the Psalms is subtle, layered, and elusive. It does not scream of destruction. It whispers of consequence. The true threat is not a sudden cataclysm, but the slow, inevitable unraveling of human pride and corruption. Those who ignore the signs are swept away by the current of fate. Those who heed the words, who see beyond the melodies, may find refuge even as chaos spreads. Consider the Psalms not merely as prayers, but as maps. Each lament, each plea, each joyful exclamation is a coordinate in the landscape of destiny. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Stillness is not surrender, it is awareness, a recognition of forces unseen, a readiness for the trials hidden in song. As the centuries passed, men forgot the warnings. Temples crumbled, languages shifted, kings turned to other pursuits, yet the Psalms endured, inscribed in stone, parchment, and memory. They waited, patient as time itself, for eyes that could see, ears that could hear. The apocalypse hidden within their verses remained dormant, a seed awaiting the proper season. But time is a river, relentless and impartial. The seed of prophecy stirs. Signs begin to appear. Storms grow stronger. Earthquakes shatter cities. Humanity's arrogance stretches to the heavens. And those who read the Psalms with discernment perceive patterns. They see how the sequence of verses mirrors cycles in nature, cycles in history, and cycles in the hearts of men. The apocalypse is not only a future event, it is a living rhythm, pulsing through time, carried in the sacred song. Psalm 91 speaks of protection and deliverance, yet even here, the shadows whisper, "You shall not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day." Terror comes by night, but the arrow flies by day, but it strikes. The words are dual-edged. Comfort for the faithful, warning for the heedless. The hidden apocalypse is a balance, a dance of light and shadow, mercy and judgment. Across centuries, prophets, mystics, and scholars tried to decode the hidden messages. Some claim to see numbers and symbols, celestial alignments, references to comets, and natural disasters. Others sensed patterns in human history, wars erupting as the Psalms foretold, empires rising and falling in cycles foretold in verse. The prophecy is multidimensional, spiritual, historical, and symbolic. It requires insight, intuition, and awareness to comprehend. The apocalypse hidden in the Psalms is both timeless and immediate. It is not confined to one era, one nation, or one event. It is woven into the very fabric of human experience, waiting for those who can read between the lines. The faithful who understand the signs may endure. The careless who ignore them risk being swept away by the tide of fate. Even now, as the modern world spins faster than ever before, the warnings persist. Humanity has not changed, and the cycles continue. Pride, greed, war, and indifference, these are constants, mirrored in the sacred verses. And for those who can hear, the hidden apocalypse remains visible, a pulse beneath the melody, a shadow cast by divine light. The Psalms are not merely ancient words. They are living guides, coded maps, and warnings etched in music and metaphor. They speak to those willing to perceive, to those patient enough to listen. They tell of destruction and salvation, of sorrow and triumph, of endings and beginnings. And in this duality lies their power, hope and terror, intertwined, inseparable, eternal. As you contemplate these truths, imagine the world as it was, as it is, and as it might become. Hear the hidden song, feel the rhythm of the apocalypse, understand the depth of prophecy whispered in sacred lines. The Psalms call not only to prayer, but to awareness, vigilance, and understanding. And so, the hidden apocalypse remains silent, eternal, waiting for the eyes that can see, the ears that can hear, and the hearts that can understand. For those who heed the message, there is refuge. For those who ignore it, there is reckoning. Subscribe to Omen Myths to uncover more hidden truths, forgotten prophecies, and mysteries encoded in sacred texts. The shadows are vast, the songs eternal, and the hidden messages wait for those who dare to listen.